Hello and welcome to another episode of The Electric Norwegian. I'm Mats. Today we are out here with a Kia EV6, a new one. So you can see these new tail lights. There's a light bar in the front as well. Same as it's kind of like the new Model Y. It's a facelift. It's not a new model. So either you liked the old car or you didn't. I still think it overall looks pretty good. Rims are a little bit, well, you know, they could have been better, but use them in the winter. They get ugly in the winter anyway. I like the front of it. I also like the profile of it. It's yeah, kind of a shooting brake in a way. It's getting dark and the car's dark, but at least we get some nice sunset. Problem is, of course, you have, I said the same thing last time, limited boot space, because there's not much space here. So in height, I mean, it's decent enough otherwise. And you can put the seat down, of course. There. Yes, child lock. Seats, nice Alcantara. It's something kind of soft, two-tone. This is okay. This is alright. This here, it feels okay, but it's kind of could have been better. Plenty of leg space behind myself, an entire face actually. Because if I raise the seat, I can get my feet under as well. Because the angle on the knees are a little bit suboptimal, but that's not a EV6 problem. That's a electric car problem. Plenty of space, as you can see, if you have kids. Nice, basic. It's simple, it works. But headspace doesn't exist. No. So if you're 1 meter and 90 centimeters, no. If you're 180, you'll fit just I think, yes. Pockets for your papers. Nice integrated ventilation in the B pillar. And these ET seats are very comfortable. Been that way for years. Could have had a bigger glass roof, I think, but it is what it is. And I must say, I do like the new materials they've used here. It's a bit more toned down and less gloss. As for here, we have the same. Here, this on top here is padded. This feels high quality plastic. Seats comfortable. Let's close the door. There. Only two-way lumbar support, so no up and down, just in and out. This is the seat. This is the steering wheel in its outer position, and well, I wish it came longer down, but that's alright. The new steering wheel with the new buttons. I really like this. I think it's the same they had in the Kia EV6. It's something similar. You have two pods here and the kind of. It's comfortable to use, easy to hold, and then you have a few buttons here, and you can go through some cycle through some things here. Big spacious. Let's get some light on, shall we? Lots of space. Some few spaces here, cup holders, charger. Plenty of space down there. Two easily accessible 12-volt sockets. They're also relatively easy to get to, and then you have this matte surface, easy to use. I just wish it was buttons, or like in the EV3 haptic buttons, because they worked and felt really good. This is still touch, which is slightly defeats the point, but at least they have this now. That's good. It's a good mix of physical buttons, and also this here you have exactly where you need them. Like now you can just do like this and you're game on. And in the previous car I always touched this all the time. I don't do that now. I don't know why. They redesigned something here, and it works much better now, a lot better. So of course the infotainment system, we all know that it's you know, like in all Kia cars, Here you can go in and see how much you've used, what you've used the energy on. As always, it's driving and air conditioning. And now we've been stationary for a while, so we have 73% and 300 kilometers. I only have the car for another 2 hours and a bit. So this is going to be another one of those quick tests. But we've driven a few Kias lately, so we know what we're getting out on. I think I sit too high in it, and you can only pivot chair kind of. You can't really tilt it. You can't really take it. That doesn't go any lower than this, which is sad. They have physical controls here for the temperature, which is nice instead of this. I still think it's stupid that this thing here is a touch screen. But that's how it is, I'm afraid. This feels of a higher quality than before. So does the door cards. Part of the door cards, anyway. Top of the line, GT line, 4-wheel drive, everything. And it's kind of with winter tires and blah blah blah. I have sort of 64,000 euros, so they're about. That's a lot of money. And some places it's a little bit too expensive for its own good, but you get a decent amount of space. You get a nice cockpit, nice surfaces, most of them anyway. It also has a front camera, by the way, and that's brilliant. I also have to mention the you can put some of the buttons here as you want them yourself. One of them goes directly into the safety system menu where you can turn things off. It's a very good drivetrain now. The early Kia Hyundai electric drivetrains were a little bit notchy sometimes, particularly off throttle. And now you also have full regen, and you can use all of it without being notchy and jumping around. The old one was rather on or off in a way, particularly when you had the regen on high. I always have it. Now you have the iPedal solution, it just works. If I mention something, it's the A-pillars, particularly on the right side. It's combined with the huge mirrors that looks a little bit wonky. It takes up a lot of space, and it can be a little bit difficult to place the car because you don't really see the corners, and also you don't really see what's out there. Let's see if we can get out here and see what's up there. Okay, it's definitely not slow, I'll tell you that much. Nope, you don't need any more power than this. And also, of course, you have the Kia Hyundai trademark of getting the camera feed on the when you turn the indicators on, which is really just fabulous. And here, unlike in the Hyundai Ioniq 6, I can actually see the camera feed as well because I can see the instruments. Because I sit so high, so I look down at the instruments, which is good in this case. Also, the blind spot monitoring system, it works on the head-up display. It gives you a little red line, whatever side of the road the stuff, the hindrance is on. Also now the lane keep is on. I feel that's good. Let's turn everything else on as well. And you can do this. You can pull the menu down like this, like this, and then you can do this. And it goes black. And all you have is heads-up display and the driver screen, the instrument cluster. Oh, I've said this many times. Give me a night paddle mode, please. Bring back the Saab night paddle mode. Just give me the speed. That's all I need. Maybe a little bit of consumption numbers because I'm a nerd. I mean, yes, please. This is so much more comfortable. That said, that screen is not very distracting at all. It's the adjustment on the auto adjustment of the light on the screens are very, very good. And also the think it's kind of a texture they've used on their screens, give them this matte sort of TFT effect, kind of dims them down a little bit. They look a little bit less high resolution, but it's worth it because it's less distracting for me in nighttime. Noise levels, not bad at all. Of course, as you've seen, this is on pretty chunky tires and relatively small rims. That sit good, the seats are comfortable. I don't miss leather. I think textiles should come back because it makes life a lot easier. Light sound, and I said this in the last video as well. This is the high beam. It's rubbish, and this is a top of the line model, mind you. This is low beam. It's really bad. High beam it's possible. It's possible in the sense that it's better than its own low beam, but it's really not any good. It's a disaster that you can allow yourself to make cars with this bad lights in this day and age. And about the Meridian sound system, it's actually good, but it's pretty neutral, so it kind of depends on what you feed it with. It's never bad. It's not a bad sound system at all, but it's maybe a little bit more neutral than many people expect, I guess. That's a good thing, because then you can do you with it. A few smart solutions, you can turn the screen off. You have the seating position is very good. It's a little bit too high up, but it is what it is. The armrest is, everything is, the ergonomics of the coupe is really well thought out. Things are mostly where you want them to be. There's one thing, driving now, normally, I go in here, it goes into, and the brightness of the screen goes up by a lot. So I have to go out there, go back to Kia, and dims down a lot. But I noticed that in other cars as well with Apple CarPlay. It sort of overrides the screen's own adjustment on brightness and kind of does its own thing. And it's really not very pleasant, particularly not on a day like today. Other than that, it has all the mod cons you expect of a modern car. It's comfy, it's quick. It doesn't beep too much at you once you've turned the speed warning off. It's not really very much else that beep at you. It's a few things, but it's not an overload. The range is, I think it's supposed to be 500 and something. Say you get around 400 out of it on a day like today. I've driven it, well, it's been a test drive and a slightly stressed one. So I had a consumption of 239 watt hours per kilometer, which is perfectly alright. Since it was charged, mind you, not since I picked it up. Since charge, it's done 120 kilometers, and it indicates another 245, so that gives you close to 400 kilometers of range, 370 or there, about 60, which is okay. Because you got the consumption now, and if you'd driven this on a long journey, you wouldn't have that consumption, and you would have done probably close to 400 kilometers. But the chargers, it is the 800 volt charging monster, so it charges quickly enough. That's not a problem at all. Row of buttons on the end of the console on top there is really nice. They're actual buttons too, I believe. You can sort of feel your way around between them. You know, I like me a good wagon. This is kind of a halfway house in that regard. It's not a station wagon as such, but it's not a SUV kind of design either. So it's kind of, that's why I use the term shooting brake. I'm probably not using it correctly, but hey, there you go. Because they've stretched kind of the roof line, and then they've kind of given it the angle at the back there. So it's because it has a hatch, so it's easy to just throw things in it. And well, the owners seem to like them. Generally not that many issues with them. They have a few problems here and there with the 12 volt every now and then, but that's not a major thing. It appears to just happen to some cars and some owners, because it's frustrating when it happens, because then you're stuck with a dead car and there's nothing you really can do about that. I do hope that Kia Hyundai solved the 12 volt problem. I have to thank Bertil and Sarsborg for lending me this car. They have Kia, and they have a bunch of other nice cars as well. Mercedes and Peugeot, and very nice service department, because I used them when I bought my Kia Soul back in the day. Actually, that's a long time ago now. I was wrong, by the way. There is automatic headlights on this. There's some automation on it. I don't know if it's full LED matrix. I don't think so. I think it's just dipping it up and down automatically, which is better than nothing, I guess. It's good, it's comfortable, it's quick. They have the safety of four-wheel drive, and also the added traction if you need it. It has a decent range. It charges like very few other cars. Well, now that situation is a little bit different than when these cars were new 3 years ago, but it's still very, very quick. I think 10 to 80% in like 20 minutes or something. It's pretty quick. So if you just need a quick top up, you get a long way in a 10-minute charge. It's an EV6. It's mostly what you know, just better and improved in the details, improved interior quality, improved sound deadening, all that stuff. I think definitely not bad. Still, the headlights, they really need to improve that for the next generation. Nothing else in the Kia or Hyundai lineup looks like it. It's entirely its own thing, and that I think deserves a little bit of praise, because they dare to be different. In the sea of white Tesla Model Ys, you'll find this one in the parking lot. And you will find me in the next video. Thank you for watching. Really, I mean it. Thank you for watching. And take care. And I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Bye bye.